Well, welcome again to another reading. We're going through the book Whither Bound, or Heaven and How to Get There. And with that said, our article that we're going through today will be See that ye refuse him that speaketh not, see that you refuse not him that speaketh. Now, with that said, let's get our article up here. See that ye refuse not him that speaketh. It was in the month of June 1877 that a Christian doctor, still in his prime of life and living in a small town, lay dangerously ill. He had known Christ as his Savior for many years, and thus could look forward even to death quite brightly and happily. He was attended by two medical men during his illness, and solemnly did he press upon them, believing himself, as he then did, to be on the brink of eternity, the necessity of coming to Christ. But they treated his message lightly, particularly one of them, while both of them impressed upon him that he must not talk. Ah, well, indeed, would it have been for these two men that they bow their hearts then to the tale of love told them by one who earnestly longed and prayed for their soul's salvation. It pleased God, in answer to the many prayers of his people, to restore his beloved child to the measure of health and strength, and he rose from his bed of sickness as one who had known what it was to face death, and deeply as he felt the solemnity of it, yet he also realized, as he had never done before, what it was to have Christ with him through it all. And I would ask you affirmatively, dear reader, if you were brought into the same circumstances as the doctor, if you were lying on what might be your deathbed, would you be able, as he did, to look forward calmly to the future and say, I know and believe that Christ died for me, and therefore, come what may, I am saved with him. If not, I entrust you to come to that Savior. He is waiting to be gracious, longing that you, your vile sinner, through you should taste his love and know for your own self the blessedness of his face and eternal salvation. And now listen, 3 months later, and in the same town, a young doctor is dying. Do you ask, who is it? That very young man who treated God's messenger so lightly is now to prove the consequences of his folly. Injured severely by a fall, he lay there, and the doctor gathered around the bed, and the doctors gathered around his bed, pronounced his case to be hopeless. No medical skills have been spared, but it is of no avail, for the word has gone forth. This night shall thy soul be required of thee. Only 3 days more have elapsed, and a gloom is cast over the little town. and in one of the houses in the principal streets, the blinds are drawn down, for the young man has passed from time into eternity. Do you ask, what about his soul? What indeed? God only knows. Perhaps in the 11th hour he may have been saved, but these seem little hope of it, and no one heard of any offering of salvation being made to that young man. Dear reader, take care. Remember, as you lay down this little paper, God may be speaking to you for the last time through it. See that ye refuse not him that speaketh. Hebrews 12:25. For how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation? Hebrews 2:3. The young man, I doubt, not meant to come to Christ someday when he had a convenient season, but as far as we know, that season never came. Come to him now, I beseech you. Own yourself a lost sinner, and you shall then prove the reality of having Christ as your Savior. And, I would solemnly warn you again, trifling with God's offering of salvation. Remember, you, like the young doctor, will have your last chance someday, and if you refuse it, how dreadful will be the consequences, because there is the wrath. Beware, lest he take thee away with his stroke. Then the great ransom cannot deliver thee. Job 36:18. But now God is still tarrying. He has borne with you in love so far. Come to him at once, and you shall prove how sweet is his peace, which passeth all understanding, and know that neither life nor death can separate you from his love. ECR. And that completes the reading of our article today. So see that you refuse not him that speaketh. You know, God in his word is telling us all about salvation and how much he loves us. And if you end in hell, it's only your own doing. Because today is the day of salvation, not tomorrow, because we are not promised tomorrow, only this very moment. So think about these articles that I put out here, and if you have not given your life to Christ, it's time. Today is the day of salvation. Well, bye for now. Until next time. God bless.